Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching segment 2 of Smacktalk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams.
In segment 2, we're going to talk a little bit about football, NFL, NCAA football. First of all, I want to thank you, UNLV, for losing to San Jose State today because you won me $125 in my parlay.
Tony put something on Facebook about the Fremont Cannon. Don't hop on a bandwagon, and then he bets against them because he knows what's up. He knows what's up. Hey, I want to shout out to my boy Keith Smith Jr., my friend's boys, the starting linebacker of San Jose State. You could say he won you the game.
Not really. Their offense won the game.
18 tackles.
Great.
18 tackles.
How many points did they score?
I don't know, but
exactly.
So.
Exactly. San Jose State.
Like 34
thank you.
24?
Something like that. 34-24. UNLV actually had a chance at the end. They were down 10 points. They were going for the touchdown on fourth down.
Yeah, because if they'd have made that, your bet would have been over.
It would have been over because they were minus 4.5.
Exactly.
So it would have been over. So thanks UNLV for losing, even though I hate to see it.
The number 3
Inside,
team,
I feel good.
Florida State, beat Miami handily.
Yeah.
They covered the spread.
Is it over yet?
It's over.
Okay.
It's over. It was over when it was. It was over when it began.
When
It looked good at
the
the
coin
beginning.
toss.
It looked good at the beginning. Florida State, they're probably going to jump Oregon until next week. Well, it all depends on Oregon playing Stanford because Stanford could beat Oregon. But if Oregon beats Stanford, or Florida State plays Wake Forest, and it'll go right back to the number 2 will flop. Michigan State, Sparties. Michigan rivalry. They beat 22 versus 21. They beat Michigan handily.
Here's how you can't take credit though, for 2 reasons. Number 1, Michigan shouldn't be ranked.
What?
Number 2,
They're not going to be ranked after this.
They lost to UConn and they almost lost to Akron. They are not a good team.
They're not going to be ranked next week. But Michigan State has got the inside track to the Big Ten title game. Well, they'll probably play Ohio State, and it doesn't matter if they lose it because Ohio State probably may be in the national championship game, which would allow Michigan State still to go to the Rose Bowl. So,
you know what makes me excited about that is that let's move this down because your head is just not there. Makes me excited is that you know the bobblehead. The BCS buster, either Fresno State or Northern Illinois, if they finish higher than an automatic qualifier, that's not in the not in the BCS title game. They automatically go to a BCS game.
Yeah, you know how bad guys. You know how bad Tony's on this. He tells me today. He's like, Texas is not even ranked. And I'm like, yeah, Texas hasn't played Baylor yet. And he's like, man, that sucks.
Speaking of Northern Illinois, let's go to the Heisman watch. Jordan Lynch, 119 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns rushing. First time I've heard any ESPN analyst or ABC or NBC or whatever these jokes in the media are doing right now talk about Jordan Lynch for Heisman.
Yeah, but
it was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
You wrote an article in Las Vegas Informer
Mm-hmm.
about this, and we both been talking about this.
Yeah.
In fact, we both got 2 kids, and Tony didn't even put my dude on the list.
No, I didn't because he didn't play this week.
Oh, okay. Well, Shawn Mannion.
Yeah.
Right? We got 2 guys that we've been calling out and waiting to hear these things.
I did write about him in the article, though.
I know that. But I'm saying what we feel is that these guys deserve a shot at the Heisman. But we know
it's a popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest. Mm-hmm. They'll come down to the final 3 finalists, and Lynch and Mannion won't even be in the final 3.
No, you're going to have Jameis Winston from Florida State.
Yeah, who's
you're going to have Johnny Manziel, without a doubt. And I'm not thinking Taj Boyd anymore so much as I'm thinking Braxton Miller from Ohio State.
Yeah, he was injured, so it might go against him. But
speaking of Taj Boyd, 377 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Speaking of which, back to Jordan Lynch real quick. He did throw for 160 passing yards, 1 touchdown, no interception.
Clemson. That's going to be a dangerous bowl matchup.
That is a Clemson, yeah.
Whoever they play in the bowls, they're not going to be in the BCS bowl now. But whoever
they might.
Play,
it's 1 loss.
We have a Florida State's undefeated.
Here's the big thing about Taj Boyd, though. On his game today, negative 25 rushing yards.
Yeah.
So every time he tried to scramble, he got beat up.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, I didn't even get the final stats on this, but Jameis Winston was 274 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Here's the killer, though, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
So he plays a good team.
Doesn't do so well.
Yeah,
but they were running the ball. They ran a screenplay. That, like, the blockers didn't do anything. They just ran in front of the runner the whole time. I mean, Florida State has got
You remember everybody was talking about last year and Geno Smith, like, all of his touchdown passes are 5-yard screen passes, and they run it for 60 yards. That's basically what Jameis Winston has been doing lately, anyway. He does have some long pass touchdowns, but in the game tonight, especially, the screen pass that we were just talking about, took it 60 yards for a touchdown on the screen.
Let's move on to some NFL. Kansas City, undefeated, first place in the West. I think I said this was gonna happen.
Nope.
I think I said this was gonna happen.
Nope, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the year.
I remember it.
I told you that all Kansas City needed was a quarterback not to turn the ball over and a good coach, and they got Andy Reid and Alex Smith, and I said that was gonna be the difference maker. They're undefeated. Denver's got the pressure. Denver just lost to the Colts. In fact, this is the funniest thing. Hey, Peyton Manning, welcome back to Indianapolis. We're going to have a whole Ring of Honor ceremony thing, whatever. We're going to honor you. You're going to get beat by the guy we drafted, that you told us to draft, apparently.
Yeah, to replace you.
Yeah, so, Colts,
Andrew Luck.
Hey, you know what?
Look, he played a better game in that game.
This is the thing. If there was one quarterback last year that I said was not going to have some sophomore slump, it would have been Andrew Luck, and he's not doing it.
No, he's having a great year.
We'll get into this in a future show. We're going to talk about the pocket passer versus the scrambling quarterback.
Sure.
And Andrew Luck's a big point that I want to make. Also, San Francisco back in their groove. They're back on track. They've had stats wise not so great, but they're running the ball. Kaepernick's getting me my fantasy points, fine. And Seattle barely squeaked by St. Louis, but this is what I tell people. They say, Seattle doesn't look so super, da-da-da. But what I try to tell people is that teams, every year, they face adversity. The ones that go on to the Super Bowl, they face adversity, and they win games that they probably should have lost.
Yeah,
I think they held a 4th and goal.
Yeah, the Giants the one year, when the Patriots went undefeated, where did they go, 5 losses in a row, and then they rattled off 7 in a row or something like that?
Beat
That's
all
the
the division games. Yeah,
and then the more adversity, you play the undefeated team in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and you beat them.
Yeah.
Patriots didn't face. Oh yeah, the David Tyree catch.
No,
on
better yet.
Oh my God!
In case you guys don't know this dance move, listeners, I'm going to show it to you. It's called the Eli. You go like this, and you just shake off as many people around you on the dance floor, and then you step to the side and you just throw a touchdown pass.
You know what my favorite dance move is?
What?
The Julio.
Oh yeah, the Julio, the new thing. Hey, I would love to win that contest because I'd teach one of these guys a really cool dance. Also, I'm going to make this right now. I hate saying this. Terrell Pryor.
Yeah. That was the coolest thing I ever seen.
93-yard rushing touchdown.
That was cool,
and
man.
It's not even like a broken play. It's just all his athletics.
Yeah.
He's a real quarterback.
He went through the second level through the linebackers, and he burned the safeties. Gone. Gone.
Steelers, man, 2-5 right now.
What are you
probably
doing?
Probably going to be 2-6 after they lose to New England tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. You got New Orleans going to the Super Bowl over here.
What is what I got? I had New Orleans, Seattle. I'm going to say this right now. It's going to be New Orleans, Seattle in an NFC Championship game. Just like the year that Seattle went to the Super Bowl against Pittsburgh, it was New Orleans, Seattle in the championship game. I think that those two teams are probably the best teams in the NFC. Hands down. And they might lose games in the regular season, but in the playoffs, hands down, they both got awesome defenses. I mean, nobody said anything about New Orleans' defense. But their defense is like 17 points a game. I mean, you got a quarterback that's going to score 40. You got a tight end who's like unstoppable in Jimmy Graham.
No, you're calling that?
Yeah, I think New Orleans, Seattle, NFC Championship. Right now, I'm going to say it.
I'm going to call New Orleans and Green Bay.
Oh, man.
And I'm saying New Orleans blows them out.
I'd like to see New Orleans back. I'd like to see Drew Brees get multiple Super Bowls because he's one of my favorite quarterbacks.
No, yeah.
I don't like the Saints much, but I love Drew Brees.
I love Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham is awesome. Not only because he's on my fantasy league.
You know why else I like Drew Brees?
Go ahead.
I hate the Chargers.
They did him dirty, didn't they?
Dude, I just want to see that dude.
It was bad.
I just want to see that. That's why I kind of wish LaDainian Thompson had got to the Super Bowl with the Jets.
Yeah.
Because I would have loved to see. I would love any player the Chargers ever get rid of. Just make them look stupid.
What, you don't like Manti Te'o?
Oh, no. His invisible girlfriend, she's still around.
So.
What's up, babe?
What's up, bro? That's my girl.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, anyway, at the end of the month, November 30th.
November 30th.
We're doing a live show at Ace's Bar and Grill, 7272 El Capitan Way.
It's Warm Springs in Durango area, the southwest, off of Durango and 215. Come check it out. We got beer pong.
Beer pong tournament, sports trivia for cash money.
You could win the pot, which is $50 plus the $1 entry fee for the trivia, a shot, and some cash. You know what I mean?
That's right. And they got cheap beer specials over there all the time. It's a really cool place. I go there.
It's gonna be a UFC event. Nate Diaz versus
Gray Maynard. You got Johnson versus Benavidez, and it's also the Ultimate Fighter finale.
Yeah.
So the winner, if you watch the Ultimate
Team
Fighter,
Rousey.
Yeah, Rousey versus Tate.
Yeah, Team Rousey.
The winners of those two are going to fight each other for the finale for the 6-figure contract.
Yeah.
So sponsored by the Las Vegas Informer, we're going to be over there.
Yeah. Got check it out. November 30th. We're giving you plenty of time to just alter your schedules, get babysitters, whatever you got to do. call out sick to work, just come down and check it out. Come check us out. We're going to have T-shirts. I know you guys have been waiting on Smacktalk T-shirts. I said this in segment 1. You walk around in Smacktalk T-shirts, and you're going to be like, what's that? You'd be like, yo, Smacktalk. It's the coolest sports show ever because it's not a bunch of ESPN guys talking out the side of their necks about stuff they don't know. I mean, you look at ESPN, it's like they pick games every week. Like 8 of them all pick the same team. Yeah, that team's losing.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyways.
So I'm Tony Gaglione, and
I'm
he's Shawn Adams. Cheers.
Smacktalk. Cheers. More beer. Beer pong. Watch the bounce.
The bounce?
Watch the bounce.
I told you could slap the bounce.
You can't stop my bounces, dude. I got more bounce to the ounce.